11 Sports and For the Fans welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Tulsa, Oklahoma. We are here in Greenwood District Stadium for the Week 5 Crowd Play Game of the Week as the Las Vegas Fury take on the Tulsa Desperados. Good afternoon. I am Mike Daggs. Alongside me in the booth is Matt Wilson, and with us today on stats is our friend Gerald Smith, along with Albert Begin. You are watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. Matt, how you doing today?
I'm just peachy, Mike. How you doing?
Peachy as well, Matt. Matt, after starting out 1-0, Tulsa lost their last 3 games, most recently a 20-3 loss here at home against the St. Louis Gladiators. Vegas, on the other hand, they lost an opening week, but then bounced back to win the next 2 and had multiple opportunities to win in Sioux Falls last week, but ultimately falling short. 2 teams fighting hard for their next victory. Someone is going to get one this afternoon. What do each of these teams need to do to get the W today?
Well, for Tulsa, it's all about the passing game. They like going deep early and often, but didn't work out so well against the Gladiators. The offense is good and really need to step it up against Vegas. It's a big contrast as the Fury have one of the best secondaries in the league, holding opponents far under the average passing yards per game. Will Tulsa be able to bomb it out against the Fury, or will Las Vegas clamp down on the Desperado passing attack? Mike, there's only one way to find out, and that's on the field.
All right, Matt, well, we'll head down to the field after the coin toss, get this one started. This is our Crowd Play Game of the Week. Download Crowd Play, our new partner for 2020, and play the game about the game. Follow the action and answer questions for a chance to win a share of the $1,000 prize pool. Kickoff is next here in Tulsa. Las Vegas Fury will kick the ball off. Tulsa will receive the opening kick. And we are underway here in Tulsa. Kick taken back in the end zone, being returned out all the way up to the 21-yard line. And that is where the Tulsa Desperado offense will start with control of the football. Deacon Nickens, the quarterback, bringing his team out onto the field.
Yeah, and he likes to bomb it, but he really needs to be careful against his secondary, as I stated earlier.
Absolutely, Matt. This is one of the top secondaries in the league. And the ball will be handed off to Sanzo Robinson on the first play from scrimmage. Will be tackled right at the line of scrimmage. And let's talk about the key players here on the Tulsa Desperado offense. We mentioned quarterback Deacon Nickens in his 6th season, and Sanzo Robinson is the halfback. Wide receivers are Corey Jones, DJ Hume, and Gabriel Manning. Anthony Mosley is the tight end. Some key players on the offensive line, Finley James and Michael Potter. Nickens alone in the backfield in the gun. Out route to the top of the screen. That one is caught by Corey Jones. Will be a 3rd down and 1 after a gain of 9.
A little more measured pass than I'm used to from Tulsa, so good to see. It's good to work in, all ranges of the passing game. That way, you get a situation like this, 3rd and 1, you can just give it to Sanzo if you want and trust your bell cow back to get this first down.
Sanzo Robinson averaging 3.1 yards per carry on the season, averaged 3.8 last week. But it doesn't matter here as we see a pass up to the right-hand side. I thought that was picked, Matt, but that's hauled in by Corey Jones up at the 48-yard line.
Yeah, one of the many weapons this team has at receiver, and Jones just kind of looked like he backpedaled into that pass. Looked like I say, Nickens likes to throw it up for grabs. Sometimes it's great, and sometimes it's not. But that's why these receivers have to go up and attack the ball at its highest point.
First down and 10 from the 48. Nickens drops back off to the right-hand side, and that one's incomplete. Hit as he tried to make the catch. That was Buffalo Marshall, the fullback. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, fullbacks, not the most reliable pass catchers, but if you got nowhere to go with the ball, I might as well dump it down, and not take a sack.
Nickens in the shotgun once again. 4 wide receivers out on the field. Nickens looks, fires short over the middle. That one's caught. Gabriel Manning with the reception and gets his way up to the 42-yard line. First down and 10 for Tulsa.
As you know, and I don't, Mike, Gabriel Manning may be maybe the most dynamic receiver in the SFL. Definitely one of the yardage leaders coming in.
Yeah, man, absolutely. He was number 1 in the league heading into week 5, receiving yard-wise. 41 yards ahead of me, in fact.
Oh, you can't win them all, Mike.
Nickens fires this one to the left-hand side. Sanzo Robinson with the catch. Robinson, historically speaking, Matt, used heavily in the passing game.
Yeah, he's almost having another receiver out there, which as a quarterback, you love to have something else you can check down to, just in case the deep medium routes aren't open and they're playing a kind of a soft zone.
Split backs in the backfield now on second down. Ball is handed off to Robinson. Trucks through a defender and falls across the line to gain. 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line.
Yeah, that's what you want to see out of old Sanzo. They run a front like that, nickel front, power run up the middle, and just plow through a guy, get the first down. He doesn't have to be flashy, Mike. Just, like you say, just get your 5 yards every time, 4 or 5 yards, and I'm sure Tulsa would be very happy with that.
Just over 80 carries so far on the season, 254 yards coming into this week, 57 of those coming last week against St. Louis. Nickens to throw. Almost intercepted, trying to hit Manning over the middle, but Day Drury hops in the way, and good time to introduce the Las Vegas Fury defense. The defensive linemen, Rhett Sawyer, Tank Hutt, and A.K. Jones. Linebackers are Slyn Shady, Eric Davis, and you just saw Day Drury. Thomasina Rahman, Merrick Itera, and Thomas Rahman Jr. are the cornerbacks, and Nicky Colantrelli and Max Jackson are the safeties. 2nd down and 10 from the 31. Nickens has time, fires over the middle, complete. Gain of about 8 will bring him up to the 24-yard line, a 3rd and manageable 2, connecting with Corey Jones.
I've noticed, so the Fury defense does not run. I've not seen a 4-3 out of them yet. They're playing either nickel, dime, or quarter. So it could be a good time for the running game if they choose to use it. And I would tend to on 3rd and 2, spread them out a little bit. If they come out in that nickel, just hand it off to Sanzo up the middle. You should be able to get it.
Slyn Shady on your screen, ready to get a stop here on 3rd down and 2. Offset I formation for Tulsa. Nickens will throw. Swing route to Sanzo Robinson, and he's going to be stopped just short, tackled at the 23-yard line. It'll be a 4th down and 1. Day Drury with the stop.
And I don't mind that decision to check it down to at least go to the passing game, because that time Vegas came out in the 4-3, which is a little bit harder to defeat. So they're like, well, we're going to go to the passing game.
Offense still on the field here on 4th down. It says 4th and 1, but that's a long one. Looks a little bit more like 1.5. I'd be surprised to see them snap it here.
Yeah,
they call a timeout with 13. 13 seconds left on the play clock, and they just changed their mind. Call a timeout right then and there. Interesting choice there, Matt.
That's one of the things that quarterback could. Yeah, here we go. He's gonna get a talking to here on the sidelines. Like, well, Nickens, what are you doing, man?
Yeah, you at least got to let the play clock roll down and see. If you keep the offense out there, you want to see if that defensive line is going to get jumpy, and they didn't even give them the opportunity to. So
I just
surprising turn of events there. Judah Dorgan on for the field goal try, 2 of 2 on the season with a long of 48. This one will be from 39 yards from the left hash. Good snap, kick is on its way, and it is good. Tulsa will take the lead here at home early in this one, 3-0, after a field goal is made. We will see the Las Vegas Fury offense take the field for the first time after a short break. You're watching the Crowd Play Game of the Week here on 11 Sports and For the Fans.
Las Vegas is a dynamic duo of receivers in Mason Kirby and John Blades. Last week they had a couple of huge plays against Sioux Falls to keep the game close. First, Thomas Robin lets one rip and Kirby completely destroys the coverage. 69 yards for a touchdown. Later on in the game, John Blades catches a deep corner route. It's going to go for 73 yards. He's running to the sidelines. He's going towards the end zone, and will he be caught? Will he be caught? Not quite, but close. I mean, and these two dynamic receivers really helped Las Vegas keep it close against Sioux Falls. Unfortunately, they couldn't come away with a win.
It combined over 800 yards between John Blades and Mason Kirby on the season so far, and 3 combined touchdowns. John Blades, 414 yards himself. That's good for 7th in the league coming into week 5. Max Jackson just getting leveled at the 22-yard line. Looked a little slow on that return after being out on defense for as long as he was. 11 plays, 56 yards. Tulsa with the field goal to get the first points of the ball game. But Tom Rahman leading the offense out onto the field for the Fury, looking to get things going for his squad. Split backs in the backfield, 2 receivers split out to the left. Free play as the defensive line jumps off sides, but that one is
God.
The aforementioned Nathan Kirby with the catch, and they'll probably decline this penalty as it looked like they gained about 8.
Neutral zone infraction, number 91, defense.
And it is indeed a neutral zone infraction called on Jaden Swift.
Mike, we've seen some spin cycles in the SFL, but that was a tackle spin cycle. Ouch.
I just sent him whirling.
My neck hurts just thinking about it.
You've taken some hits like that in your day, Matt.
I don't know, I've fallen out of some things that definitely hurt.
So they do accept the penalty. Looks like it is a 1st down and 5.
And they better not go off tackle. Look at the stack.
They try to run straight up the middle, but can't quite do it. Scott Johnson, the 2nd-round pick number 28 overall. 60 carries, 152 yards on the season, Matt. He has 1 rushing touchdown. Used a little bit in the passing game, too. Has 22 receptions for almost 100 yards and a receiving touchdown, but gains nothing there. 2nd down and 5. 3 wide receivers out on the field for the Fury. Rahman to throw, firing deep over the middle, and that one's nearly intercepted right into the hands of Cain Vasquez, and he drops it.
Wow, I thought that was a pick. I just was about to call the return, and nope, not quite. But so far, Tulsa's defense doing a good job. Now they got to force this third down, or
3rd down and 5 from the 26-yard line. 3 wide receivers, a tight end, and a running back. Matt's favorite formation in football on the field for the Fury. Rahman to throw, short pass over the middle, short of the line to gain, but he's able to fall across the line. Garrison Blue with the reception and the 1st down. Talk about the key players here on the Las Vegas Fury offense. Tom Rahman is the quarterback. Scott Johnson is the running back. Doug Britton at fullback. Wide receivers, A-Star Miramontes, John Blades, LZ Pryor, and Mason Kirby. And you just saw Garrison Blue, the tight end, getting that last 1st down reception. Rahman to throw again. Nice throw and catch.
Yeah.
That was complete up to the 47-yard line, hauled in by John Blades.
I don't know. Every time I see jumping defenders, it just makes me a little, get flashbacks, Mike. It's not pretty. You're trying to throw in that window and you see a guy flying up there and you don't have the best vantage point. It's like, please don't tip my ball. Please don't tip my ball. I've had a few tips this season go for touchdowns, ending games. It hasn't been good, so I'm a little tipophobic right now.
Tom Rahman, 3rd in the league in passing yards, 1,343 coming into the week with 8 touchdowns, 6 picks, 72% completion percentage. Look at this run off tackle to the left. Scott Johnson gaining some nice yardage there. Key players on the Tulsa Desperado defense, Chris Andrews, Berto Demora, Jaden Swift, and KT Slayer are the defensive linemen. Linebackers are Espen Rial and DJ Majesty in his 7th season. Corners, Nate Heslop, Mo Austin, and Cameron Shaw. The safeties, Ezekiel Love and Cain Vasquez. Handoff straight up the middle, and that one goes nowhere. Johnson stuffed right at the line, 3rd down and 2.
They do have Doug Britton. They still they have a fullback they can go to. I don't know if they've got a fullback run up their sleeve, but Johnson's run the ball twice. He's probably a little tired. Maybe it's time for a little fullback action.
Rahman under center on 3rd down and 2. Swings it out to Johnson. Johnson's not going to be able to get there. Stopped at the 47-yard line. 4th down and 3, and the Furies' offensive drive stalls out.
You're not a big fan of that play. You're throwing it to the short side of the field to an already tired Johnson who's carried the ball twice before. I think you just got to, I don't know, dial up something else. But no turnover, so at least also should be pinned back somewhat.
Punt is away. Gabriel Manning back to receive at the 9-yard line.
Whoa!
Spin gets up to the 15. Manning an electric return, man. We should see some dynamic returns from him as this game progresses. We'll be back after a short break. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fan. And welcome back to Tulsa, Oklahoma. The Desperados take back possession of the football at their own 15-yard line, scoring a field goal on the first possession of the ball game. Nickens to throw, swing route to Robinson.
God.
Hit for a loss of 1 on that play. And Matt Sanzo Robinson, one of the leading running backs in receiving yards all time, as you see the list there. BDG Hollywood of Atlanta at number 1, Robinson at number 2. Dual threat running backs, Matt, that are used in the passing game. Robinson, one of the best.
Yeah, we saw a little bit of SFL history there with Parky Joel. I don't know if any of the new guys remember him, but man, he was a dynamic back for many years for a lot of different teams. The little dynamo. If he's not in the Hall of Fame, he should be.
Well, maybe someday down the road, he'll get his due. 3rd down and 12, as that last run went nowhere. 4 wide on the field for the Desperados. Nickens 5-step drop, firing over the middle. Hit as he throws, and incomplete, trying to hit Manning. But that pass didn't really stand much of a chance, Matt, after he was just pummeled right as he was releasing the ball.
That's Tulsa's passing game in a nutshell, Mike. They're just going to chuck it deep and hope their big play receivers come down with it. Manning almost did, despite Nickens getting hit. Let's take a look. Well, that's wow. It actually hit the safety's hands first, and then almost caught by Manning on the ricochet, but not so lucky for Tulsa, unfortunately.
A.K. Jones providing the pressure on that one. The 6th round pick number 17 in the 6th round, 110 overall, has 2.5 sacks on the rookie season so far, but you know, sometimes those pressures don't count as a stat, Matt, but
they should.
Hitting the quarterback like that definitely disrupted that play. So Tulsa will Las Vegas will take back over on offense at the Tulsa 48-yard line. Good starting field position for the Fury.
A.K. Jones, huh? I think that's like AKA. Maybe it's his nickname or something.
Also known as Jones.
Also known as Jones, but I don't know. There are many men of mystery in the SFL.
5 wide for the Fury to get this drive started. Tom Rahman in the gun. Rahman looking to throw deep down the left-hand side. That is caught all the way up at the 26-yard line. Climbing the ladder and making the catch is Mason Kirby.
Well, there's one of those receivers I was talking about, right, Mike? Corner route, deep corner. Rahman lets it fly. Look at the RPMs on that ball. A lot of times you'll see those and it just kind of floats. He just put some zip on that thing and delivered a nice ball there that only his receiver could catch.
Kirby now with over 400 yards on the season, had 138 yards on 9 receptions last week against the Sioux Falls Sparrows. Offset eye. Johnson's going to take the handoff. He's going to gain 2 up to the 24-yard line. And Matt, upcoming between quarters, make sure to answer Crowd Play's Beat the Crowd questions to win an instant cash prize. Will you be the fastest to answer correctly? We'll find out during the quarter break. Make sure to download the Crowd Play app if you don't have it. It's on the iOS and the Android app stores. Free app, free to play, and you can win real cash prizes. $1,000 cash pool today as that one's going down to the right and picked off, hauled in by Cameron Shaw, the first round pick rookie for the Tulsa Desperados, getting his first career interception.
Look at Shaw backpedaling, plays that better than the receiver does. That's why you draft a guy like that in the first round. Like, that's an exceptional play, tracking the ball perfectly and getting his team the ball back on the 3. But you know what? I'd rather have the ball back than not, no matter where it is.
So starting back over on the 3-yard line is the Tulsa Desperados. Hands the ball off to Robinson. Robinson stuffed for a loss of 1. Tackle for a loss in the backfield. Can't see who got him there, Matt. Looks like that was Thomas Rahman coming up from the corner position to help in the run.
There's a lot of ramen on this team. It's making me hungry.
There's ramen everywhere. You can't eat them, Matt. They're people.
Oh, well, they're noodles too, Mike. Hashtag give me noodles.
Second down and 11. Ball's handed off to Sanzo Robinson again. He's able to gain a yard, but once again, a 3rd down and long coming up on the second consecutive possession for the Desperados.
Well, danger zone time for Tulsa. Do you want to run the ball and just get your punter in a good position, or do you want to try to throw the ball but risk safety? I think they're going to throw it.
I'd try to find Gabriel Manning here, but nope, they hand it off to Robinson. Probably just trying to get some room for the punter at this point, as he's able to gain about 7. Merrick Itera tackling him at the 11-yard line. 30 seconds to go in the first quarter.
You know, Mike, that's yardage is bigger than you think. Now the punter's not pinned in the end zone, so he can take his full time punting the ball. A lot of times, if you're pinned that far in, you have to kind of do a abbreviated punt, and it doesn't travel as far. So they'll probably get the ball more on the 50 than the 30. We'll have to see.
And the punt is away. Max Jackson takes it at the 47-yard line. Gets it up to midfield, and 1 second to go left in the first quarter. Get your Crowd Play app ready. Make sure you play the Beat the Crowd game during this quarter break.
Mike, I was Nostradamus. I said on the 50, right at midfield. Ding, ding, ding.
You got it perfect, Matt.
Can I get crowd play points for that?
You cannot. That was not one of the Crowd Play questions.
Darn it.
Offset eye formation on 1st down and 10. Final play of the first quarter. Rahman taking his sweet time to snap the ball. 3 on the play clock, 2, and he snaps the ball. Ball is handed off to Scott Johnson, tackled for a loss of 2, and that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. 3-0 here in Tulsa. We'll be back after a short break. For the beginning of the second quarter, you're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. Welcome back to Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm Mike Daggs. I'm play-by-play, joined in the booth by Matt Wilson.
Or Matt Will, according to the graphic. There we go.
Is better, Matt? Rahman out route to the top of the screen. That one's going to be out of bounds, incomplete. Will bring up a 3rd down and 12 to go.
Mike, I wasn't expecting a defensive battle. I mean, Tulsa had a rough week last week, but still, I mean, these two teams can really throw the ball around, and so far we got 3 total points.
3rd down and 12 will bring out a 5-wide look here for the Fury. Tom Rahman, pressure coming, hit as he throws once again, and that one is picked off, intercepted by Nate Heslip.
Rahman going deep. Pressured, Mike. The pressure got to him. He almost got it to his intended receiver, but not quite. Heslip, Johnny on the spot. Grab that ball. Nice play.
Absolutely. Shutting down yet another drive. This time Tulsa's got much better starting field position, not backed up all the way to their own goal line. Starting from their own 31, 3 wide receivers on the field.
Could it be bombs away?
Nicking 7 of 10, 47 yards so far.
Oh,
Looking
boy.
to pass here again. That one could have been picked off too, but it's instead caught for a gain of 5. Matt Cameron Shaw had an interception earlier on in the ball game, his first career interception, the 7th overall pick here in season 15. He's from Hanover, Maryland. He enjoys coding and gaming. He's a Marine veteran, and he used to be an avid judo competitor. And now has his first career interception. Welcome to the league, Cameron Shaw. Ball's handed off to Robinson. Bowls over the first defender, gains about 3 yards up to the 39-yard line. A much more manageable 3rd down this time, Matt. Their past 2 drives ended after a 3rd and long. Now they have a 3rd and 2.
Well, it's so, it was tough when they were against their own goal line there. Kind of, you got to be careful now. You can 3rd and 2. I mean, normally I would say run it, but with this team, they're probably just going to bomb it again. We'll see.
Nickin, short drop, and he does indeed bomb it, and that one's picked off too. Intercepted and being returned the other way by Thomas Rahman Jr. Getting his way back to the 42-yard line, and Matt, back and forth we go.
Balls being thrown all over the field. They're just to the wrong team. Try to run a go route, and Rahman the vet has seen that song and dance before. Makes the pick, and nice return, setting Vegas up well for their next drive.
So 1st down and 10 from the 42, Matt. That's Las Vegas Fury passing defense. As you just saw, they are stout. 2nd in the league in passing yards allowed. 6th in passing touchdowns allowed. 2nd overall in takeaways. Their turnover differential, they're best in the league, Matt. And that's one of the reasons why Tom Rahman goes down, sacked for a loss on the play. Brought down at the 46-yard line. It'll be a 2nd down and 14. Chris Andrews with his 4th sack on the season.
Yeah, it's been an offensive nightmare for both teams, although, you got to give a lot of credit to these defenses, too. They haven't allowed much on the ground, so they've had to kind of go through the air, and hasn't been the prettiest.
Rahman over the middle, caught. Hauled in by John Blades up to the 27-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the Fury.
Rahman fitting that one in a tight window to Blades. Blades just running post right in the middle of the field. Wow, that safety was just a hair or 2 behind. He went for the tackle, not for the pick, probably. Just wanted to be sure it wasn't, if he missed, it would have been a touchdown. So played it safe there, but probably for the best.
Tom Rahman now with over 12,000 career passing yards after eclipsing that in this ball game. Quite the milestone. Rahman throws after stepping up into the pocket and nearly throws an interception right after I give him props. 2nd down and 10.
Sorry, folks, for the noise. It's just half these passes look like they're going to either end up one way or the other. Very, very close situations. And very good pressure early on by both defensive lines.
4 wide receivers on the field for the Fury. Rahman in the gun. Johnson to his right. Rahman throws to Johnson. Johnson can't make the catch. Falls incomplete. 3rd down and 10.
A little bit of rookie jitters there, you know. Yeah. First season of the league is never the easiest. I know. I only won 4 games, I believe, my rookie year. And threw some really questionable balls, although that's par for the course. Oh, still got 3rd down, so we'll have to see if they can convert here.
Rahman takes the snap, looks, fires over the middle, tipped, and incomplete. Could have been intercepted. That was Espen Rael swatting that one down. That'll bring up a 4th down and 10. The Fury will have to trot out their field goal kicker. Matt, another 1st-round pick, Otis Boudreaux, on for the field goal try.
Is he from New Orleans?
Well, you know what, Matt? We'll find out momentarily. 9 of 10 on the season so far. 32 yards is his long, so this will be his career long now. 43-yard field goal try straight down the middle. The left-footed kicker, the kick is on its way, and it is good. They'll call it from 44. A new career long for Otis Boudreaux, the 10th overall pick in the draft.
When you pick a kicker that high, Mike, he needs to make 44-yard kicks. And he had plenty of leg on that one, probably from 54.
Otis Boudreaux, the 10th overall pick, Matt. He's from North Carolina. He's a high school history teacher, Air Force veteran, married 17 years. Congratulations on that, Otis. And 4 children. I wish you luck on that one. Lived in Europe for 7 years, Matt, and visited over 30 countries while in the Air Force. I have 3 children. I can't imagine adding yet another to that mix.
More, Mike. That's what the wife said.
Yeah. We'll just leave it at that. 3-3 the score here in this one. 8:46 to go in the first half. Matt, this is the Crowd Play Game of the Week. You can get 10 points for free by referring a friend to Crowd Play. Pass along your referral code. You get 10 points. They get 10 points. 10 points for everyone. Well, okay, only the 2 people that are involved in the referral code. But you can give that referral code to anybody that you would like. 1st down and 10. The catch is good for a gain of 5. Gabriel Manning getting his another catch. 2nd down and 5 from the 25.
Here's my referral code, Mike. Will you use it?
No, man.
No, you wouldn't.
You can't put. No. I thought you were going to put your referral code on the air. Yeah, everybody use this referral code. No.
Scheme is complete.
3 wide, split backs in the backfield. Nickens changing the play at the line. Nickens fires over to the right. That one is caught.
Oh.
Actually, they'll mark that out of bounds, Matt. I thought for sure he had that one. DJ Hume with what would have been the catch, but looks like he was out of bounds.
See a flag.
Thought we might see a challenge, and we do. Challenge is being made. 1 foot in bounds is all that is required. I thought he had at least that 1 foot in bounds. We'll find out on this replay.
Take a look here. Yeah. Look, it's 50-50 for me.
See what the ref has to say. And the pass has been ruled complete. So the catch will count. We'll see what sort of yardage they give him on that catch. I believe it was good enough for a 1st down. It was right near the chains, and it is indeed good enough for a 1st down up to the 31-yard line. Fresh set of downs for the Desperados.
Yeah, if they weren't going to get a 1st down, I don't think Tulsa would have challenged it. What's the point?
Nickens down the right sideline. That one is caught by Manning. Manning getting it all the way up to midfield and a little bit past, now in Las Vegas Fury territory.
Corner special right there. Nickens in the slot corner. Wow. That's why Manning's so dangerous, Mike. Look at him just grab that ball
right
out
I
of
thought
the air.
that was Merrick Itera's ball to take away, but No, and Itera, we mentioned the secondary, Matt. Merrick Itera is tied for second in the league in interceptions with 4 on the season. He's averaging a pick per game, so he had 2 last week. Would not be surprised at all to see him take one away, and had a shot at that one there. Nickens looking to throws a short pass, gets this one complete to Hume. Hume turns it upfield, gains 4, 2nd and 6.
That's the kind of passes Nickens should be looking for. It's all great to go deep and bomb it, but sometimes, just take the underneath. First down, get your 4, keep the drive, get it off to a good start, and then you can see what the defense gives you, but don't have to go for a touchdown every play.
Nickens trying to get one anyway as he hits his target over the middle. Corey Jones makes the touchdown catch. Touchdown Tulsa, our first touchdown of the ball game.
Coach Wilson shows why he's not a coach. You don't have to go for a touchdown on every play. Next play, touchdown.
There, touchdown.
Batting 1,000. But great read by Nickens, just throws it. Corey Jones gets behind the defense, breaks a tackle, and then 2 hands for safety, young man. Doesn't want to lose that ball. I don't blame him. Touchdowns are very valuable in this game. The first of this game.
After a couple of 3 and outs, the Desperados respond with a 5-play, 80-yard drive, resulting in a 45-yard touchdown pass. Corey Jones, the benefactor of that one, Judah Dorgan now for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. Tulsa extends their lead 10-3 here at home in this one. We'll find out how the Fury will respond after this. You are watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans.
Mike, we saw it earlier, but here's Tulsa's big play offense full display in week 3. Nickens, look at this huge rainbow bomb to Corey Jones. 71 yards to pay dirt.
Showboating a little.
Yeah, looking good. Later in the game, Nickens again. Mike, your favorite target, the tight end. Look at him. Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. Anthony Mosley, another 6 points. Then, quarter route time, boom. TJ Hume for yet another touchdown. Finally, in overtime, Risky Nickens, middle of the field, caught to Corey Jones. Mike, they were so close to winning that game. This deep passing game was a huge reason why, and they're going to need it today against the Fury.
Absolutely. Nickens now 13-17 with 132 yards and a touchdown. Also has an interception. 76.5% completion percentage. Corey Jones with the most receiving yards. Him and Gabriel Manning each have 4 receptions, Matt. Jones with 79 yards, Manning with 40. Gabriel Manning now only about 14 yards away from reclaiming the top spot from me in receiving yards. Not terribly thrilled about that one.
Should I wheel down and poke some eyes? So you hang on to that, you know?
No. Fair play, Matt. Fair play.
Okay.
If he gets it, he gets it, and you'll just have to throw me the ball more next week so I can take it back. Tom Rahman under center here on 1st down and 10 for the Fury. Scott Johnson takes the pass. Behind the line of scrimmage, gets up to the 25-yard line, gain of 1, and then gets his head taken off.
The hardest 1 yard in football, Mike. And you pay for it.
You sure did. Sure did. 2nd down and 9. Las Vegas again trailing in this one after tying it back up. 7 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah, you think they'd want to, they got to get like half this. You don't want a third and long again.
Rahman over the middle gets the first down, hauled in by John Blades. Rahman's thrown 2 interceptions today, Matt, but he got that one complete, moving the chains. And, as a quarterback, I would imagine you got to shake those interceptions off and forge ahead.
Well, look, you see the late linebacker blitz, and I'm not a huge fan of the linebacker blitz, especially going against a team that throws the ball so much, like the Fury. Because if Rahman dials up a deep pass, you're missing 2 linebackers. It could be sayonara for your defense.
Rahman to throw, tries hitting Johnson once again. Johnson breaking the tackle and getting almost first down yardage. Gets up to the 49-yard line. If you are new to the Simulation Football League, you are watching the first controllerless esport where strategy and AI instead of thumbs determines the outcome. Teams submit their game plans prior to the simulation, and the results play out live in real time with hundreds of viewers turned players, scouts, coaches, and team owners on the field to create an all-new kind of virtual reality. Visit simulationfl.net for more information.
Yeah, I know someone like me who's disabled who can't use those thumbs really appreciates this league so much.
Absolutely. It's done a lot for the both of us, Matt. Garrison Blue with that reception gets another first down up to the 44-yard line. Matt, growing up, one of the things that we always loved doing was playing football in the front yard. And, this would have been a dream of ours in the real world to get out on the football field and be able to throw some passes and catches to each other. And the Simulation Football League allows that to happen where otherwise it would never have been able to. Tom Rahman going towards the end zone. That one's picked off once again. Nate Heslop with another interception.
There he goes.
He's returning it the other way, passing midfield and getting all the way up to the 46-yard line before being destroyed.
Did Rahman hit him?
I think so.
Heslop for returner. Look at him. Look at him track this ball. Just skies for it. Fortunately, the receiver falls down, gets blocked off, and then Heslop. Look at the convoy.
Rahman happened to be in the area, but the tackle's made by Scott Johnson.
Well, that was a heck of a return. A heck of a play. Man, Tulsa very much surprising me, Mike. I thought this could be a close game, but I didn't expect the Tulsa defense to quite show out like this. Now it's up to Nickens to keep the momentum going and not give it back. So short passes, Deacon. Just go easy.
Nickens out route to the right, hitting Manning for 4 yards. And Matt, Sector 6, they are the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League. You can get your name on the back of your team's or your fan favorite team's jersey and visit the team stores and libraries for purchase options through sector6apparel.com or through our website at simulationfl.net. And then you can just hit the shop button. Mexico City Aztecs just got their team store open and running. So if you want your Dags 83 jersey, you can get it there.
No one wants that.
Another interception. God. Back and forth once again, jumping that route. Nicky Colantrelli with the 3rd interception on the season. That one was incredible.
Oh, and what the heck? It was a sidearm. You never see those picked, Mike. Look at the just steps right in front of 87. And I'm going to lose my voice. People are going to get sick of me yelling, but man, I get excited when I see defenders in the area contested catches. It's just, we've seen it all. And now Las Vegas has the ball right back. Rahman, please be careful for my heart.
Rahman, nice and careful, handing the ball off to Scott Johnson, who made that tackle on the previous interception being returned, and defense gets it right back for him. We talked about this Las Vegas Fury defense, Matt. The secondary, one of the top in the league in many categories, able to get that interception there.
That was just a ball hawking play and just super.
Yeah, and that's why they're number 1 in turnover differential. They're able to keep, if their offense makes a mistake, their defense is able to fix it.
Oh.
That one is leveled in the backfield. DJ Majesty coming up and making the hit.
Majesty's been around the league a long time. He knows how to lay the wood. That's a big linebacker.
Absolutely. In his 7th season, came over from free agency from Carolina a couple of seasons ago.
Majesty's been around, but he's always been a force no matter where he's landed.
Rahman under center here on 3rd down and 11. Looks over to his right-hand side, gets the completion, but it's nowhere near enough. 4th down and 8. 4 minutes to go here in the first half of the ball game.
How about this Tulsa defense, Mike? It's scary.
Yeah, both of these defenses are really showing up. You know, talking pre-game, Matt, I think we were both expecting some serious fireworks on offense, but both defenses are really showing up even more so than either offense.
Well, we've had fireworks. It's just not the fireworks we thought we were going to get. It's been defensive interceptions.
Absolutely. Gabriel Manning takes that one back to the 25-yard line, and Nickens will get another shot at it. 2 interceptions thrown by Nickens, 3 by Thomas Rahman. We'll see if Nickens is a little bit more careful this time around so he doesn't end up tying Tom Rahman in interceptions.
I wouldn't count on it. That's not Nickens' style. He's just gonna go for it, man. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. But 10-3, I tend to want to nurse that lead a little bit, but I'm not Nickens.
Nickens will throw, fires over the middle, and that one, it is intercepted. I thought it was nearly intercepted, but it was. Thomas Rahman Jr. with another pick.
Ah, the sweet, sweet ramen is flowing in this game. I don't know if ramen really floats. It more like, yeah, it does. The noodles float for sure. Just like the ramen on defense, they're flowing to the ball. And, well, like to change the possessions are fast and furious.
I can't keep track of who has the ball. I believe Las Vegas has the ball now. It just switches too quickly. Scott Johnson rumbling up the middle for a gain of 6. Getting up to the Tulsa 36-yard line, and it's just been a crazy back and forth game so far.
They're trying to break the O and the oh no count for me on this game. Just been so many crazy plays.
Over under on this game is 52.5 points. We're at 13 right now, and at this rate, that'll be it. With the back and forth interceptions, nobody will be able to score. Rahman trying to change that, hitting Johnson, but that one's going to be marked as incomplete, I believe. If it was complete, it was for no gain. 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, catch my breath here. All right, 3rd and 4. Just take the out, guys. You have to throw it in the end zone. Just get the first, get in field goal range, and then see what you can come up with from there.
Crowd in Tulsa on their feet on this 3rd down and 4. Rahman pressure coming, as he throws, and that one's intercepted as well. Being brought back up to the 19-yard line, picked off by Kane Vasquez, the 3rd on the season.
Oh, they're trying to destroy me, Mike. Vasquez playing the middle. Look at him roaming that zone. He's just kind of strafing to the middle, reads the ball like a champ. But the pressure, Mike, pressure caused that pick. It's been there all game long from both sides. And all right, Deacon, you're up. I don't know. We need some relief pitchers, maybe some relief announcers.
Yeah, we might need some subs here in a little bit. Ooh, or sandwiches. One of the two. 4 wide receivers on the field. Deacon Nickens throws, and oh my goodness, every play I'm nervous is going to get picked now. DJ Hume with the catch. Nickens with 143 yards on the day. Rahman with 97, but Matt, 7 combined interceptions. Yikes.
Oh, Mike, we got the picks. We got the sacks. We got the hits. There have been some big hits. That was another one. I mean, there could be some fumbles in our future, too. Who knows?
Offset eye. Robinson takes the handoff. He goes nowhere. They will spot him a gain of 1. 3rd down and 2 coming up from the 27-yard line. And, Matt, that will bring us to the 2-minute warning. We will be back after a short break for the conclusion of this first half. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Tulsa in possession of the ball from their own 27-yard line, trying to get some more points on the board to extend their lead. Robinson takes the handoff, gets the first down and more, passing the 40-yard line, tackled at the 42, brought down by Max Jackson.
And that's one of the more sensible play calls I've seen all day. Counter play. And Robinson does a great job just finding the open hole. And now we're getting close to the 2-minute drill time. One of the most exciting situations in the SFL. Let's see what happens here.
Robinson with 33 yards on the day so far. First down and 10 from the 42. Nickens to throw. Has time. Fires over the middle. That one's swatted down. Incomplete. Day Drury in on the coverage.
Like, I want a compilation of all the deflections and picks in this game because it seems like there's always someone in the passing lanes, whether it gets caught or not.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt.
Nickens hit that deep one over the top, but other than that, someone's been in the area.
And we've talked about the Vegas secondary and just how good they are. We've seen picks by several of them, but Day Drury also getting involved from the linebacker position, saying, I can be part of the secondary too, you know. Ball's handed off to Robinson, breaks through the first defender and gets his way up to the 48-yard line. It'll be a 3rd down and 6 as the clock continues to roll. 1 minute, 21 seconds to go in the half.
It's kind of ironic that Tulsa's more sensible drive is in this kind of 2-minute, 1 minute almost situation. They know they have the timeouts. Now they're hurrying. Now they're like, okay, we got to go.
Offset I formation, but 3 wide receivers on the field. Nickens out route to the bottom of the screen, complete to Hume, and he's going to get out of bounds, stopping the clock with 59 seconds to go and a first down.
Like I said, Mike, this has been their most sensible drive. They've just been running the ball, throwing, shorter outs, picking up first downs, just trying to work into field goal range. Of course, I say that, and now we're going to get a deep ball. We'll see if Tulsa today is, a little more conservative still, or if they just say, yep. Well, that answers my question.
6 plays and 40 yards so far. We'll see what happens here on this next snap. Nickens out route to the top, trying to remain sensible, but getting tackled in bounds after a gain of only 2. 50 seconds to go now as they hurry back to the line.
Nickens doesn't have to run far.
Taking his time snapping the ball, his precious time ticks away. Nickens steps up into the pocket, fires a short one over the middle. That one is incomplete. Trying to hit Corey Jones, but he could not haul it in.
Jones was on the turf for a while, a little nervous, but he got up. Let's take a look. Another hard hit late in this game. Jones is coming across the middle, ball kind of wobbling a bit, and I think he was afraid of the impact. And, I think that's actually a pretty good drop, Mike, because he wouldn't have gotten too many yards, stops the clock, lets you trot out a new formation, maybe something a little more advantageous. Or the same one.
Possibly. I would have liked to have seen them get that and have a 3rd and short instead of a 3rd and 8, but we'll see what happens on this 3rd down and 8 here. Nickens takes the snap, fires another short one over the middle, and had they caught the last one, that would have been good for a first down, I think, but since it was 3rd and 8, Gabriel Manning will be short. 4th down and 5.
Well, this is going to be a long field goal.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to try a field goal from here. It would definitely be Judah Dorgan's career long. And
here you go, Mike.
Trot him out.
Fasten your seatbelts, folks. This is almost uncharted territory.
This one's going to be from 52 yards away. He's made 2 field goals on his career of only, a very short career. Long was 48 from 52 from the left hash. Kick is on its way, and it is good. They'll call it from 53.
What a boot. Just had enough. As a kicker, you kick it and you blow on it for an extra inch. You needed every inch on that one, Mike. But
that
you know what?
Just over the crossbar.
Whether it clears the crossbar by an inch or 10 feet, it's still 3 points. So that's all that matters.
Wow. 53 yards, the new career long, now 3 of 3 on the season. Judah Dorgan was signed as a free agent in week 3, Matt. Only has played a couple of games. This is 3rd. And, getting some points on the board, extending the lead to 10. Max Jackson makes the spin and then
implodes.
pays the price for it. 25 seconds to go. Matt, 25 seconds, 3 timeouts, and you have about 74 yards towards the end zone. Do you come out firing, or do you just head to the locker room?
I don't know. In this game, I'm about to, why the heck not, right?
Yeah, why not? Ramen in the gun. Let's see what he can do. 10 of 20, 96 yards and 4 interceptions right now for Ramen. Ramen firing over the middle, and that one was nearly taken the other direction. Trying to hit Mason Kirby, but well covered by Ezekiel Love.
Just like I say, more deflections. It's been hard for Ramen to find an open window. I thought that was actually going to be complete, and nope. Batted away.
Love jumps right in front of that one.
I think that they've given up.
Yeah, that might have been, hey, let's see one shot. Let's see what we can get. And then the coach got scared and said, no. Let's just, never mind.
Nope, they're going to go.
Back to throw, steps up into the pocket, very deep over the middle again. And that time it's caught. And they'll hurry up. Why are they not calling timeout? For some reason, no timeout there. Kirby with the reception.
Take your time, Ramen.
And I guess they're just going to set up for the, no. Ramen takes the snap. Fires a duck over the middle. Caught and time expired.
No, he ran out of time.
Blades brings it up to the 25, but because they didn't call a timeout, their time has expired on the first half, and that will be it for the first 2 quarters of play. Matt, that's unbelievable.
Look at that ball. That makes me look good on that spiral.
That's a
Sorry, Rob. It
special.
was complete. All he had to do was get down, but because he fought for more yards, it cost him the clock.
Well, they should have called a timeout on the play before, but they didn't. That is insane. Las Vegas Fury 3, Tulsa Desperados 13. After a wild back and forth first half of action, we will go to the halftime show to look at the first half stats and highlights. And Matt, what sticks out to you the most? I wonder.
Turnovers.
Absolutely. It could have been nothing else other than turnovers. 4 turnovers for the Fury and 3 turnovers for the Desperados. All interceptions, no fumbles yet, but you called for them. We'll see if they come later on in the ball game. Not a whole lot of scoring in this one. There's been 16 combined possessions, and only 4 of them have resulted in points. Tulsa was able to get a field goal on their first possession of the ball game, but then there would be a punt, an interception, as you see right there, another punt, a couple more interceptions, before Las Vegas was finally able to get a 6-play, 15-yard drive resulting in a field goal of their own. Tulsa was able to respond with a 5-play, 80-yard drive that ended in a 45-yard touchdown pass to Corey Jones. A couple more interceptions and then another punt. A couple more interceptions after that, and then a field goal, and then the Las Vegas drive that you just saw ending in running out of time. Matt, what did you think about that sequence?
Yeah, you got to use the timeout, but also if you're not as a receiver, you got to know that you got to get down. You catch the ball, get down. And I seriously think if he had slid and gotten down, they would have had 1 second to get that field goal. Because they wanted to get in the field goal range, and it's a much higher percentage play than trying to call a timeout and set up for the Hail Mary. They saw something they liked, they went for it, and just needed another second or two and didn't get it.
13-3, your score at the half.
Right here.
Tulsa in
Watch
the lead.
this. Oh, no, nope, that's a pick. Sorry.
Yet another interception.
I'm sorry. Everything looks kind of familiar after a while. This was a great return, though.
Nice return by Heslip. Yep. Deacon Nickens, 18 of 26, 159 yards, a touchdown and 3 interceptions in the first half. Thomas Rahman, 12 of 23, 145 yards. No touchdowns for Rahman, but he has 4 interceptions. Oof, another interception there. There's been, I'll put it this way, more interceptions thrown combined than any receiver except for Gabriel Manning has receptions of his own. Manning with 7 catches on the day. Yeah, everybody else with 4 or fewer.
Look at those rushing yards. Not a lot to be had. This is a beauty kick, though, huh, Mike? 53-yarder. Look at that. Squeak.
Barely able to get that one through, setting a new career long for the kicker.
This is it, I think. Right before half. Steps up in the pocket. It's a wobbler, and the wire. If he, oh no, that's not it either.
This is where he should be calling the timeout. Instead,
Yeah, right
you know,
here.
there was 11 seconds left, and you know I thought they were going to end up calling the timeout. You're not going to see the highlight you've been asking for, Matt.
Thanks, truck. Making me look like a pro 24/7.
Get the third quarter started here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The Crowd Play Game of the Week. If you're not playing Crowd Play right now, you are missing out on the action. You could have your shot at a $1,000 cash prize each and every week here in the Simulation Football League on the Crowd Play Game of the Week. Vegas 3, Tulsa 13, and Vegas will get the second half kickoff as Max Jackson returns it straight up the middle, spins his way up to the 24-yard line, and that is where the Tulsa offense will take back over on offense. You can catch the SFL live every July to October and every January through April over the weekends and Monday nights on 11 Sports for the fans and the SFL's YouTube and Twitch channels. You can follow at Simulationfl on Twitter to always catch the most up-to-date broadcast dates, times, and matchups so you don't miss a moment of the action. Rahman to throw.
Oh,
Fires that one straight into the defense again. That one's incomplete. Mo Austin getting in on the action.
what? I don't know what Rahman's seeing out there. I know he's a quality quarterback, but man, is he seeing ghosts, Mike?
I think he might be.
Like, you know, I saw ghosts once, but I went to the shrink and got that taken care of. We don't talk about that.
I was wondering where you were going with that one.
Nothing a good tequila can't solve.
Rahman checks it down to Scott Johnson. Johnson not able to get anything going there, and this first drive of the second half is in danger as there's a 3rd down and 10 coming up.
And this has been, you know, a real quandary for the Fury. This Tulsa secondary has played really well. There hasn't been many open windows. So, Rahman, be careful. Don't take a sack and don't get picked.
Rahman going deep over the middle, and that one's incomplete. Well covered on the play by Kane Vasquez. He was trying to hit LZ Pryor. Pryor with no catches on the day, Matt.
I mean, you got 4 wides on this team, and I think you got to distribute the ball. But I just don't know what to say. Like, Rahman got hit again. This line, that's one weakness of this Fury team. Mike, they got a lot of receivers, no quality linemen.
Yeah, no extra help on the offensive line. You know, a lot of teams in this past offseason spent some even top draft picks on building up that offensive line. In fact, Tulsa, who's heading out onto the field on offense right now, picked Finley James for center with the 40th overall pick. Pick number 18 in the second round, the 300-pound, 6'4" center. They also waited until the 5th round, 91st pick overall. They picked Michael Potter, the 330-pound guard. So they shored up the middle of their offensive line a little bit, helping Nickens have a little bit more time in the pocket and trying to open up some holes for Rahman. Corey Jones with that catch up to midfield.
Yeah, Robinson definitely can benefit from that, but he's struggled too. And to be fair, Nickens has gotten some pressure himself from the Fury line. You know, Rhett Sawyer is a heck of a player, so we'll have to see. The Fury knew what they were getting into. They've been played mostly pass defense and worked out for them as well, as we see from the turnover category.
Jones with 84 yards on 5.
There you go.
Robinson running off tackle to the right, getting up inside the 30-yard line. First down and 10 from the 25. And Tulsa is in scoring range once again.
Yeah, and Michael Potter, Mike, you saw him with that key block, just destroyed someone on the Fury's line, letting Robinson roam. I think that's a better strategy, Mike. You know, Sanzo didn't have a great first half, but try to be a little bit more balanced. Try to get those 3-4 yard runs or bigger, as we saw there. Makes life a lot more easier for your quarterback. Oh, geez.
Robinson, 1 yard run up the middle, getting leveled by Slyn Shady. Second down and 9. And Matt, Sanzo Robinson, we talked about him earlier being used heavily in the passing game, and we've seen some passes thrown his way, also being used in the running game. Been around for 5 seasons, one of the top backs in the league. He's about 100 yards away from cracking the top 10 rushing yard total overall of all time in the league. So being used multiple ways. Nickens down the left-hand side, tipped and incomplete. My goodness, Tom Rahman Jr. getting his hands on the ball yet again, and then it looked like he kind of lost sight of where the tipped ball went. Thought he might take that one away.
I don't know. We're going to see some hats on the field for the hat trick if he gets 3. I think we're in Tulsa. There'll be no hats to be found. Maybe a stray cap.
3rd down and 9. Nickens under center. Nickens fires very short of the line to gain, and that one's going to only go for 1 yard. All the receivers were well covered. Robinson, the only open target. 4th down and 8, and Judah Dorgan now out once again for another field goal try.
I'll commend Nickens on that, though, because, pressure is coming up the middle. He didn't want to take a risk. In a 13-3 game, your defense only allowed 3 points, Mike. Another field goal here is huge. Feels like a lot more than just 3 points.
This one from just under 40 yards, a chip shot for Dorgan, who hit a 53-yarder moments ago. That one's up and through. 16-3, Tulsa now in the lead here early in the 3rd quarter. Matt, you can chat with owners, coaches, players, and more
And me.
the and Matt in the FTF Next Twitch chat at twitch.tv/FTFnext. You can meet players that you're watching on the screen today. Get involved, witness the passion of the community, and follow along with all the action amongst the most dedicated SFL players. The FTF Next Twitch chat at twitch.tv/FTFnext. Shout out to some of you in the chat. Warhammer 62, Hike the Earth, Tulsa 52, Football Dude 93, Demora Gaming, and many, many more as Max Jackson gets leveled at the 22-yard line.
Spin and then walloped mid-spin. Never a good sign. Luckily, Jackson is okay. It's a risk of having a great player as a returner, Mike. If he gets hurt, boy, that'd be a big, big miss for this defense if Max Jackson went down. But luckily, he's very healthy so far.
Rahman under center on 1st down. In desperate need of a touchdown now. Steps up into the pocket. Hits Johnson, but Johnson's going to go for a loss of 1 as we see a quarterback comparison. And the interceptions, honestly, Matt, all the stats are pretty comparable. The yards are pretty comparable. The one difference is that Nickens has been able to hit the end zone.
And Robinson was really good on that last drive where Las Vegas really hasn't been able to get Johnson going.
Robinson now 12 carries, 65 yards. Johnson, on the other hand, 8 attempts. He's only got 12 rushing yards. Johnson hit in the backfield, hit right at the line, able to fall forward for a gain of 2. And Matt, looking at last week against the Sioux Falls Sparrows, Scott Johnson, I've never seen this before, 7 carries for -3 yards. Actually recorded negative rushing yards for the game as a whole. Had 10 receptions for 31 yards in the passing game, though, so still able to contribute to the team. Just could not get the rushing game going last week either. Rahman on 3rd down and 9, deep down the left sideline. That one is caught, and he's off to the races. Can he go all the way? He cannot. Tackled at the 15-yard line, and that is just what the Fury needed as Mason Kirby gets a humongous reception down the sideline.
I thought it was picked again, Mike. What the heck happened? Let's take a look. Pressure in his face. Look at this. Look. Oh, no. Went for the pick. Haslip went for the pick, got burned that time. Luckily, Kane Vasquez with the vicious hit. But the Fury have to be thinking touchdown here, Mike. 16-6, but 16-10. That would be a one-score game. Big-time comeback.
Yeah, it would change everything all over. Scott Johnson runs that one up the middle for a gain of 2. Absolutely crazy, Matt. Las Vegas desperately trying to buck the trend of today. Queen City lost 30-20 earlier. Portland lost, 3-20. Portland lost 3-49. Las Vegas losing right now 3-16.
Get rid of the threes.
They just need to get rid of
Put your
the threes.
fours up, not threes up, guys.
Rahman hands the ball off once again to Johnson. Johnson's able to gain a couple more. 3rd down and 6.
Now, I'm all for getting the running game involved, Mike, and 3rd and 6 is more manageable than 3rd and 10, but I don't know. I think you got to throw the ball there on 2nd down, but now you're forced to on 3rd down. They know it's coming. So let's see if Rahman can at least salvage a field goal out of this situation.
Rahman hit as he throws, and that one's nearly taken away. That one almost went back the other direction, Matt. And another red zone field goal
Chris
try, Matt.
Andrews says hello.
Last week, the Las Vegas Fury got down into the red zone 5 times, and they were only able to get 12 points out of it from 4 field goals. And here's another red zone appearance that is ending in a field goal. That is definitely a trend that Las Vegas is looking to stop. Otis Boudreaux on for a field goal try from the left hash, this one from 28 yards. The kick is up, and it is good, and Las Vegas slightly narrows the lead that Tulsa has. Now a 10-point ball game. We're going to take a short break, and then we'll be back at the Crowd Play Game of the Week. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports, and for the fans. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Las Vegas Fury getting 3 more points on the board, now trailing 6-16 against the Tulsa Desperados. Gabriel Manning back to receive. Manning has a kick return for a touchdown on the season already, Matt, and one of the most dynamic kick returners in the league. We'll get to see if he can do anything here. He's got some blockers out in front, getting up to the 30, and it looked like he might have been able to go on that one. The Who You Got community poll in our Discord server, Matt, Las Vegas was heavily favored in this one. 71.2% of the community thought that Las Vegas would win, and they are trailing by 10 right now, midway through the 3rd quarter.
And par for the course, the community is wrong. It's a curse, not a blessing, folks.
I don't think we've had the community guess right on any of the games that we've called yet this season, Matt. Nickens under pressure, and down he goes. Sacked on the play by Rhett Sawyer. Sawyer with 7 sacks now on the season, Matt. He is 2nd in the league in sacks, now with 59 career sacks, 1 away from 60.
Well, Mike, Tulsa didn't pay for any tackles, so Rhett Sawyer can eat a little bit. They're going to need some more of that to, if they can force a 3 and out here and get the ball back. Even a field goal now is fine because it gets you back to a 1-score game. So, if you're a Vegas fan, you gotta just hold.
2nd and a long, 16, and that one's intercepted. Day Drury going the other way, and he's going to go. Touchdown, Las Vegas, and they are right back in this one.
Oh, man. Mike, I think I just went back in time. I lost puberty. I'm sorry, Mike, but you don't see that every day. The linebacker reading it beautifully, and then look at this return, just running beautifully diagonally, outrunning Gabriel Manning. Whew.
Day Drury with the pick 6, his first interception on the season, and certainly his first touchdown on the season, getting his team back in it, and it's about to be a 1-score ball. Well, it is a 1-score ball game, but about to be a little bit closer. It'll be a field goal game after this extra point.
Mike, I think I've seen it all from the turnover department as far as picks, Mike. I saw a pick on a sidearm short throw. Now I've seen a pick by a linebacker for a pick 6. All we need is a DT, and we're set.
Yeah, and that is the first pick 6 by a linebacker this season, Matt. Day Drury getting it done right there, and it couldn't have come at a better time for the Las Vegas Fury, as the community is a little bit happier now, perhaps, that they might be right. I don't know. It's a whole new ball game now, 13-16
sure.
here with 4:44 to go in the third quarter. Gabriel Manning returning it back up to the 21-yard line, and Deacon Nickens bringing the offense back out onto the field.
And Manning had to be exhausted. He just ran a ways to try to catch that linebacker. So I might need some rest. I want to get Sans get the ball back to Sans into Sanzo's hand somehow on a swing pass around. Maybe not.
Deacon Nickens in the gun, looking deep down the middle of the field, and that one, it's still bouncing. I thought that was picked again. My goodness.
How many Las Vegas Fury does it take to pick the ball off, Mike?
At least one more. Second
the 5
down and 10.
Stooges out there. I mean, no offense. I'm not calling them dumb. It's just funny.
And Matt, SFL Commissioner Cameron Irvine letting us know that was Day Drury's first career touchdown, 4th interception, first that he was able to return to the house.
Well, it was Mayday, Mayday, Mayday for the Tulsa offense on that one, thanks to Day Drury.
Gabriel Manning gets, that's Corey Jones getting that catch. Now over 100 yards, and he has that touchdown, getting up to their own 38-yard line and a fresh set of downs.
Mike, every time one of these guys winds up, it's just like, what's going to happen? It's going to be a touchdown or a pick. Touchdown or a pick.
Big play either way, but is it going to be a big play for their team or the other team?
I don't know. Well, here we go. Fasten your seatbelts.
4 wide into tight end. Nickens out route to the bottom of the screen. That one's caught by Gabriel Manning as he gets out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Now 2nd down and 7.
Mike, I think this is the most exciting 16-13 game I've ever broadcasted.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's not a lot of points. We saw the Mexico City game, Mexico City Houston.
Don't remind me.
Oh, that was a heartbreaking way to lose that game.
In the first half, and then
heartbreaking loss. 7 touchdowns on the first 7 possessions. It was insane scoring, but this one not a lot of scoring, but tons of defense. So I guess if you like defensive football, this one was the game for you. Robinson taking that handoff up the middle, getting all the way up to the 46-yard line. 3rd down and 2.
Again, that's the advantage they have. I would say, no offense to Scott Johnson, but I would give Robinson the advantage to use it.
Week 5 headlines, close call. A dominant third quarter helped the Vultures escape the Legion to improve to 4-1. We'll see the rest of the headlines after this next play. 3rd down and 2. Nickens firing a short one, and that one is incomplete. 4th down and 2, trying to hit Manning. Once again,
no.
Gabriel Manning is injured on the play.
Good, like he's not moving.
No, you can see the coach's jaw just drop.
Oh, no.
Some people have jokingly called this team the Tulsa Mannings just because of how impressive Manning has been.
Mike. Oh, no.
And how much that he does for the team. His stats are second to none compared to everybody else in the league, and a potential huge blow to the Tulsa Desperados, and a possible massive momentum shifter for the Las Vegas Fury as they're down by 3, and Tulsa just lost their number 1 playmaker.
Mike, he spun, and I don't know if it's a leg or an arm. I'm hoping it's an arm, maybe just a minor arm, upper body injury, because if it's a leg, he could have blown out a ligament or something.
We'll keep you posted as we hear more. Shootout in Texas. The Aztecs and Hyenas score on the first 7 possessions. Houston won with a 95-yard pick. Why did that even cross that off?
Delete that.
Air attack. Vegas and Tulsa love to pass. They do. And we're watching that game right now. Staying hot. Arizona, Denver, heavy home favorites tonight versus Charleston and London. Rising Stars, the Glory, try to remain unbeaten at home as they face off against the Storm. First down and 10 as that pass is complete to A-Star Miramontes, the second catch for the rookie on the night.
Well, Mike, wasn't it just 16-3 a little while ago?
Moments ago, yeah.
And now the Fury have all the
swung.
momentum. They've got a down Manning, so but they still have to, Tulsa defense still good. They have to capitalize.
Offset I formation. Johnson taking the handoff,
Oh.
hitting the backfield, tackled for a loss. Brought down after a huge hit in the backfield on that one. We'll bring up a second down and 14. Kyron Hill with the TFL.
Tackle has been too kind to them today. The Tulsa defense, and now pin your ears back. It's only second and 14, but I think pass isn't coming.
Brahman hits Johnson. Johnson with
Ooh.
room to run, finally getting a little bit of space to work with. Third down and 1 after a nice gain up the middle. Matt, upcoming between quarters, make sure to answer crowd plays, beat the crowd questions to win an instant cash prize. Will you be the fastest to answer correctly? Not if you don't have the app. Make sure you have downloaded the Crowd Play app. It's free in the App Store on either iOS or Android, and you can get involved in the action. And don't feel bad if you haven't yet and it's late in the third quarter. You can still get involved in the Crowd Plays Beat the Crowd game in less than 2 minutes. Third down and 1. Rahman sidearms this one to Johnson. Johnson getting a little bit lost, runs backwards for a yard and tackled, and that will put an end to this drive.
You know why that happened, Mike?
Why is that?
Pressure.
Pressure on the
Rahman
quarterback.
again, and he had to dump it down. And again, the O-line's been part of the problem. Rahman's been hit as he thrown, caused a couple picks, hurried in the pocket. He just can't get comfortable, and it's not good when you're a quarterback. You don't want to end up on your butt. I know it hurts.
Punt is away. Manning's still out of the game. So we have had no updates on Manning. Corey Jones now in on return duty and brings that one up to the 37-yard line. Hopefully we'll get some sort of update on Gabriel Manning soon as the Tulsa offense comes back out onto the field without their number one playmaker. Manning with just shy of 600 yards on the season coming into the game, now with about 640, tied for third in touchdowns with 5 on 26 receptions. That is tough to do without. Corey Jones having a great game, though, already. And that pass is complete to Robinson. Gets 2, second down and 8.
Now, Mike, we saw this situation last week with Queen City and Chris Curtis, and their offense looked completely out of whack. And the same kind of situation where your number 2 is your number 1, and that now your 3 is your 2. And we'll have to see if Nickens can manufacture some offense without the main man.
They could get Anthony Mosley involved. We haven't seen anything out of the tight end yet. Had a nice game last week, 134 yards on the season. And that one is hauled in for a first down. Marcel Miller with the catch.
Good blocking, good protection, a nice job by Miller there. Again, filling a spot. Next man up.
First and 10, 47 seconds to go in the third quarter from the 49-yard line.
The longer this update takes, the more nervous I am about Manning's chances of returning in this game.
Over under a 52.5. I'm not sure we're going to hit that one. We'll see if Tulsa's able to get some points on this drive. Nickens back to throw, out route to the right side. Corey Jones with the catch. And Matt Jones, he hasn't really had huge production yet on the season as a whole. He only had 11 catches for 179 yards and a couple of touchdowns coming into the game. And that was through the first 4 weeks. Today, he's had 7 catches for 108 yards and a touchdown. So Corey Jones already doing what he needs to do to help carry this team along. And now in Gabriel Manning's absence, could see even more targets his way. Nickens, short one over the middle, and that one's caught for a first down. Finally getting Anthony Mosley, the tight end, involved with his first catch of the ball game. And that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. Put your 4s up and get ready for the fourth quarter of action and the crowd play beat the crowd game that is starting very shortly. 13-16 after 3 quarters play. We'll be back after this. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fan. Welcome back to Tulsa, Oklahoma, Greenwood District Stadium, the Week 5 crowd play game of the week. I'm Mike Daggs, joined in the booth by Matt Wilson, Gerald Smith with us on stats, along with Albert Begin. Appreciate you gentlemen keeping us up to date on what's going on. Nickens has time to throw, fires over the middle, tipped, picked off once again, another interception. This one taken away, and the Las Vegas Fury will once again take possession of the ball. That is pick number 5.
Happened here? Zone. Oh, that's just a great. That's a man playing the zone to perfection, attacking the football. It was. Actually, I'm not sure who that was. Mike, who was it?
That picked it off?
Yeah, it was 24.
Nicky Colantrelli.
Yeah.
So Tom Rahman back under center. Passes the ball off to Scott Johnson. And there is the update. Manning, a broken foot. He will not return for this game. So if the Tulsa Desperados are going to pull off the victory, it's going to be without their number 1 playmaker on offense.
Well, Mike, when he planted the spin, he must have broke his foot. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I know. You were talking about how it was a non-contact injury, and you saw that spin. You were talking about that, and that definitely seems to be what happened there. Scott Johnson gets hit in the backfield for a loss. Do you want more SFL content? Our Discord community has podcasts, articles, highlights, and more about the league, its teams, and its players. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel at Simulationfl and visit our website at simulationfl.net for more news, features, and information. All sorts of content on that website and all of our social media platforms. Rahman on 3rd down. He is hit as he throws the ball, and that will put an end to the drive. 4th down and 8. And the Tulsa defense does what they need to do as their team is in the absence of Gabriel Manning. They can't really afford any more points to be scored by the Fury.
The defense has to kind of do that, hold them to the 3 points they did in the first half. If they can do that, then it'll be a tie game, and then the offense they just got to go run Robinson a little bit, use your tight end, use your other weapons, and still have a perfectly capable offense. Just have to use it the right way.
Punt is taken by DJ Hume. Gets it up to the 25-yard line. The upcoming schedule for the Las Vegas Fury, Matt, they are in Buffalo to take on Queen City next week, and then a 2-game homestand. Florida and St. Louis will be heading to Las Vegas. 1st down and 10 from the 25-yard line. Nickens under center with split backs in the backfield. Hands the ball off to Sanzo Robinson, who's getting a nice carry up the middle. Gain of 7. For the Tulsa Desperados, they head to Sioux Falls next week. Matt, Sioux Falls looking like one of the best teams in the league. And then they're back home here in Oklahoma against the Queen City Corsairs. And then a visit to Florida, take on the Florida Storm.
Yeah, even though those records don't look the best, that's not the easiest schedule. Sioux Falls.
No, that is tough.
Some of the older teams in the SFL, they know how to make adjustments.
Absolutely. Nicken, 7-step drop. Fires over the middle. I thought that was about to get picked off again by Day Drury, Matt. That would have been another pick six.
I would have flown out of the chair, Mike.
That would have been a miracle.
Miracles do happen. There was a miracle on ice once, I heard, in the Olympics.
Yeah, I've heard something about that. Day Drury having quite the day for the Las Vegas Fury defense. He's been all over the place. 3rd down and 3 now for the Desperados. Nickens to throw. That one's complete. Corey Jones with the catch and the first down.
That's Manning's route. Good job by Jones. Getting the first down, keeping the clock moving as soon as they get under center here and the ball spotted. And that's what they need to do. They just kind of have to play they can just play a ball control style. Might be tough for this team. Use Robinson, use the tight end. Just try to drain some clock.
9 minutes to go in the ball game. Tulsa with the lead and possession of the football. Nickens to throw. Finds Anthony Mosley again. This one for a gain of 4 up to the 40-yard line.
Just what I was talking about, Mike. Get your tight end involved, get your 4 yards. Now I give it to Sanzo.
Corey Jones, 8 catches, 112 yards, and a touchdown so far in this ball game. Sanzo Robinson with 77 yards on the ground. He's going to add to that here, but only 1 now with 78 yards on 15 carries.
Well, you got to roll the dice. 3rd and 4, try to hit your tight end again, maybe. Again, just try to get 5. Don't throw it behind the line, but, don't risk it against this secondary.
3 wide receivers, a tight end, and a running back on 3rd down. Robinson takes the handoff, and he will not get there. 1 yard shy, and the Tulsa Desperados will need to punt this one away. The Las Vegas Fury, Matt, they'll get another shot to at least tie this ball game up.
Can't say I love a run there on that 3rd and 4. I mean, I think that's being too conservative. I never thought I'd say that out of the Tulsa playbook.
And the punt is away. Max Jackson back to receive. Will take it at the 20-yard line. Sidesteps the defender and gets his way up to the 28. Nice punt return for Max Jackson. Will the Las Vegas Fury be able to tie or even take the lead on this next drive? We'll find out after this. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. And welcome back. 7 minutes, 17 seconds to go in this one. Vegas now in possession of the football, down by 3. Thomas Rahman, 8 touchdowns and 6 interceptions on the season, has 4 more interceptions now today.
Oh, no!
Pressure, and down he goes, sacked on the first play of the drive, brought down by Berto Demora, his first sack of the ball game. Sack number 6.5. He was tied for 3rd in sacks coming into the week, Matt, and he's right behind Rhett Sawyer of the Las Vegas Fury and gets a sack right there, increasing his goal.
That's been an increasing story, Mike, the O-line versus D-line. Tulsa's D-line has just made Rahman just very uncertain in the pocket, ate a lot of sacks, and a lot of stray balls, so need an extra back in there for protection.
Now 2nd down and 17. 4 wide receivers on the field. Rahman back to throw.
Again.
Steps up, coming
Oh.
again. Down he goes.
Andrew's got to be careful. He looked like he was aiming for the knees.
Could have possibly generated a flag, but it didn't. 3rd down and 17. 5 minutes, 44 seconds to go in the ball game.
This is going to be tough.
Under center. 4 wide receivers and a tight end on the field. Rahman, short drop, fires complete, but can't get the first down. Gets up to the 37-yard line. John Blades with the catch. Now 87 yards on 5 catches. 4th down and 1. Matt, what do you do?
I think if it was 4 minutes to go, I would go for it. But I think you have to punt here and hope. I mean, heck, one of their linebackers Las Vegas can get a pick and score for all I know.
4th down and 1, and they will indeed punt. Yet another punt. There's been plenty of those in this game. Punts and turnovers, not a whole lot of scoring. 13-6. Excuse me, 13-16.
The over-under is crying right now.
Over-under. I think if anybody bet on the over, they are the ones that are crying, Matt. There's about a 0% chance of getting over that, I would imagine.
And remember, we're dealing with a compromised Tulsa offense. So Fury have to kind of put that in their back of their brains, thinking of going for it or not. They can pin them back here and get the ball right back.
Deacon Nickens to throw, and that one's nearly taken away. Guess who, Matt?
Who?
Day Drury once again, getting his hands on the ball. If he had picked that one, it could have gone all the way. You know, I think he got a taste for the end zone, and now he doesn't want to give it up.
Unfortunately, he's not a receiver, man. Oh, my God.
Sign that man as the tight end. I want to see
if he picked that ball off, I've been yelling Mayday, Mayday, Mayday all the way into the end zone.
Yeah, and the Las Vegas Fury fans would have been yelling that we have the lead for the first time in this ball game, and it would have been thanks to 2 Day Drury touchdowns. Only 1, though, so far actually on the books. We'll see what happens as this game continues to unfold. It's been a wild one. Nickens, he's getting ready to throw. Down he goes. Sacked back at the 22-yard line.
Little Nickens sandwich there.
A.K. Jones getting the sack, Matt.
Otherwise known as, the sack man. I mean, that's what the AK.
A.K.A. Jones, the sack man.
Well, he just jumped over the O-lineman and tried to undercut him. He just flew over there like a giant bird.
Like a missile.
Like a missile. Yes, a missile.
Tank Hut getting involved in that.
Looks like he got launched out of a missile.
3rd down and 14. Tulsa Desperados needing to get the conversion here. Fires over the middle, caught, but is going to be short. Hauled in by the backup receiver, Marcel Miller. And Miller on the field because of the injury to Gabriel Manning. And the offense, like you said earlier, Matt, the offense a little bit out of sorts after Manning's injury. And they haven't been able to do much since then. Vegas will get yet another shot to tie or take the lead as they're about to get the possession back. 5 minutes to go in the ball game. Max Jackson takes the punt back up to, he's going to get a nice return all the way up to the Las Vegas 44-yard line. So 56 yards away from the end zone, and the lead is the Las Vegas Fury. Will they be able to do it? We'll find out after this break. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports. And for the fans, we'll be right back.
Who wants this game?
Whose house? Welcome back. Las Vegas Fury in possession of the ball, 13-16. They trail the Tulsa Desperados by 3. 4 minutes, 54 seconds to go in the ball game. They have possession at the 44-yard line, handing the ball off to Scott Johnson, his 14th rushing attempt, and he gains 4 on that one. 2nd down and 6.
Now the Fury, they're kind of an interesting spot here, Mike. They can take their time and score, field goal and take it into overtime. Probably the world's longest drive. Probably not happening, but they got a lot of options right now. They don't need the touchdown.
Rahman hands the ball off to Johnson again. That one goes for no gain. It'll be a 3rd down and 5 coming up.
2 runs in a row. What game is this?
Not exactly what we thought we would see. A combined 80 passing attempts so far by these two teams. Just shy of 50 of them have been completed.
And just shy of 100 of them have been picked.
Rahman to throw. Steps up into the pocket, hit as he throws, and that one's tipped and incomplete. Almost picked yet again, Matt. Once again trying to hit LZ Pryor, who still has no catches after being targeted a handful of times. And the Las Vegas Fury will trot their punter back out onto the field again.
You can't blame Pryor. He was surrounded. And Rahman got hit, so the ball fluttered. And again, that D-line of Tulsa is just, they're thanking their lucky stars. They spent every penny on that D-line.
Trying to pin the Desperados back deep as they're punting from about midfield. That one is taken and hit, leveled is DJ Hume.
What's Merrick Itera doing out there?
He's not sure.
What happened?
Flag on the field, Matt.
Clipping?
And it looks like they will call it on the Las Vegas Fury. They call it on the Tulsa Desperados. And the Fury accept. That'll back them up even further. Half the distance to the goal. Now, 1st down and 10 from their own 6-yard line.
Oh, geez.
We've seen a couple of drives so far of the Tulsa Desperados that they have had some difficult starting field position, and they were not able to capitalize off of those.
Well, yeah, you'd think they're going to run from the 6. You got to run Sanzo. I would run him twice here on the 6. Play it safe and then see what 3rd down brings.
Robinson does indeed get the handoff, but is able to only gain 2 yards off of it. 86 yards now on 17 carries.
He hadn't busted a big one in a while. He had one, I believe, all the way back in the first half, Mike, but none since. Despite, I'd love to run against this front, but I don't think Tulsa would do it.
Nickens under center, letting some time tick off as they have the lead, so they want this game to be over with. They do indeed run. Robinson breaks through the first tackle, cannot get out of the hands of Max Jackson and Day Drury. Matt's vote for player of the game so far, and I can't disagree with you there, Matt. 5 tackles and a tackle for a loss, 4 pass deflections, an interception, and a touchdown. Day Drury having a game of all games.
And didn't even need a partridge in a pear tree. Already had a pick.
3 down linemen for the Fury on 3rd down. 4 wide receivers for the Desperados. Nickens under center.
Tick, tick, tick.
Robinson gets the handoff, and he is stopped. 4th down and 3 coming up. Guess who, Matt?
The player of the game.
Drury. How do you not know that number yet?
I don't know. I was just...
you were in a daze.
Yeah, a Drury daze.
Drury daze as he stands there on the sideline. He's like, hey, do you see my stat line?
Yeah, you guys better win or else. That's why no one's around him. He's just brooding.
Ticking down to the 2-minute warning. The punt will have to wait till after the break. 2 minutes to go in this one. Las Vegas will get probably one final shot to take the lead. We'll see what happens after this. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. Welcome back. 2 minutes to go in this one from Tulsa, Oklahoma, Greenwood District Stadium. Tulsa with the lead, but having to punt the ball away. Max Jackson standing back inside Tulsa territory and being tackled at the 44-yard line. So, Matt, they're only about 14 yards away, maybe less from field goal range to tie this up. But a touchdown would give them the lead with under 2 minutes to go, and it would be their first lead of the ball game.
Yeah, Robin says he's putting his big boy pants on now. He might want to get some Pampers in there too, just in case, because he's been under siege. He might have to take one for the team to throw a touchdown pass.
20 of 37, 248 yards, 4 picks, no touchdowns. He wants to change that here as he hands the ball off to Johnson. Johnson really hasn't been able to get a whole heck of a lot going, Matt. 16 carries now for 19 yards. Second down and 10 from the 44.
Someone's got to tell Vegas they got to get a field goal range first before they can start doing that stuff.
Minute 29 to go in the ball game. Ball's thrown behind the line to Johnson. Johnson once again, no gain. And a big third down coming up here from the Tulsa 44 as the clock continues to run. They desperately need to convert this.
We are in 4-down territory.
Absolutely. I would have to say that's a certainty is if they don't get this. They do have all 3 timeouts, but that would be desperate if they didn't go for it. Rahman to throw, stepping up into the pocket, going for the first down, and one picked off, intercepted by Kane Vasquez, and that could be the final nail in the coffin. But Matt, Las Vegas does still have 3 timeouts. If Tulsa can't get a first down, they might still get one final shot.
I don't know what to say about this Desperado defense. Like, we came in touting the Furies defense, but Tulsa's just been all over the field as far as getting their hands on balls. Yeah,
like you said, we talked about the Furies secondary, but I think the Tulsa secondary was like, hey, don't forget about us. Watch what we can do. 5 picks for both of these defenses. Sanzo Robinson able to gain 1 on that. 50 seconds to go, and Las Vegas will call their first timeout. Matt, this is the Crowd Play Game of the Week. If you haven't been playing Crowd Play all game, you definitely missed out. Make sure you download the app and get ready for next week. The Crowd Play Game of the Week will be on Sunday at 4:30 p.m. The Arizona Scorpions will head to Denver to take on the Nightwings, and that will be next week's Crowd Play Game of the Week. That's going to be a good one, Matt. 2 outstanding teams. Arizona doing great things so far this season.
Oh, no, Sanzo!
Sanzo, no gain on that play. Las Vegas calls their second timeout. 3rd down and 9. And, Matt, the biggest third down of the ball game is coming up here.
The question is, Mike, do you go for the first? Because the way these teams have been throwing the ball around, a pass is could go the other way.
Yeah, agreed.
I'd almost rather run the ball, make Las Vegas waste their last time out, kick it to them, and then
rely on your defense that's been playing lights out all day. And they do indeed do that. Robinson's able to break through one tackle, trying to fight through the second, can't do it. Tackled by Slyn Shady and Nicky Colantrelli. Las Vegas calls their final timeout. 41 seconds to go, and Matt, they're going to get one more shot. This is it. If they can't score any points on this next possession, then it is game over for them.
Well, we're inside a dome. They have a good field goal kicker. Could see overtime. 41 seconds. Depends on this punt. And Max Jackson is a very good returner.
2 interceptions on the day for Nate Heslep, 2 for King Vasquez, and 1 for Cameron Shaw, the rookie. 5 total interceptions for the Tulsa defense. Can they get another to seal the win for their team?
33 seconds, no timeouts.
No points scored since Gabriel Manning went down, and we thought that might be the momentum shifter that Las Vegas needed, and have not been able to get anything in the end zone or any field goals or anything. So Tulsa able to maintain their 3-point lead. 33 seconds to go.
Dial up a deep corner route. If you don't get the touchdown, you get enough time to spike it.
Rahman hit as he throws. Incomplete. All game long, the pressure has been coming up the middle. KT Slayer with another pressure on the quarterback.
Man, you got to give Robin some protection back there. He's been just under siege. Put him in the gun, for goodness sakes.
Trips formation to the left. About 20 yards to go to get in field goal range, maybe 30.
Whoa!
Going deep down the left side. Oh, I thought that was caught
man.
in and out of the hands of his target. John Blades getting his hands on the ball on the third down. Clock stops with 26 seconds.
Big hit by Ezekiel Love. This looked like a sure cat. Or no, Love went for the pick, excuse me, but he got hammered by good old 21 there.
Yeah,
It's Haslap. Haslap with a great play, and now 3rd and 10. 26 seconds. You can run a deep play and spike it. They need to gobble up about 30 yards, and I don't know if this is the set to do it in.
Now trips to the right this time. Rahman to throw, steps up, throws on the run, tipped and incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down and 10, 22 seconds to go. This will be the final offensive play of the game if they cannot get a first down here, Matt, because all Tulsa would need to do is take one knee and be done if the Fury cannot get a first down.
And really no excuses for the Fury. They're not the team that's down a receiver. So dial up a shotgun, dial up a corner.
They put all 4 of their star receivers out on this one. Tom Rahman, can he get it done? Can he convert for the first down? Back to pass, pressure coming, throws the ball, tipped and incomplete, and the Tulsa Desperados will get their 2nd win on the season.
Nate Haslap strikes again, Mike. They went for it all, and just a little underthrown there for Rahman. Too bad. It was a heck of a defensive game, but ultimately Tulsa down their franchise player perhaps, and Gabriel Manning for pretty much the whole second half is going to eke out a win because of their ball hawking defense.
One final knee is all that Deacon Nickens needs to do, and Matt, they have Deacon Nickens just kneel that one away, and that will be the end of this ball game. The Tulsa Desperados will come away with the win, 16-13 here at home. A good recovery for them after only putting up 3 last week against the St. Louis Gladiators. Matt, your final thoughts in this one?
Let's take a look at the stats here, but I think turnovers are the story. It's 5-5, but Rahman had no time in the pocket in the second half, pretty much at all. So it affected most of his throws, and they just couldn't get the 3 points they needed.
Crazy.
Tough one.
The Las Vegas Fury will fall to 2-3 on the season, and Tulsa will improve to 2-3. Next up for Tulsa, they're on the road to Sioux Falls to take on the Sparrows. For Las Vegas, they remain on the road in Buffalo to take on the Queen City Corsairs. Coming up next, there is more Simulation Football League action tonight on the SFL's Twitch and YouTube pages starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. The Charleston Predators will head to Arizona to take on the Scorpions, and the London Knights will head to Denver to take on the Nightwings. Simulation Football League action will return next week on Saturday. More SFL action then. So, Matt, we talked about Day Drury and the fantastic day that he had. Honestly, he definitely could be the player of the game if his team had pulled out the victory. But the player of the game always goes to the winner. So who do you think?
I have no idea.
Corey Jones with 8 catches, 112 yards, and a touchdown. He could possibly get it.
I think that'd be it, because usually it's the quarterback. Rahman threw 20 picks. Not a great running game from...
Well, Robinson had almost 100 yards on the ground, all things told. 22 carries, 97 yards, no touchdowns. Added 6 more yards on through the air to push him over 100 all-purpose yards. So, but I think Corey Jones probably had the more well-rounded game. Possibly one of the defenders, Heslip, did a fantastic job as well. But it does indeed go to Corey Jones for his 8-catch, 112-yard, and 1-touchdown performance. Congratulations to the Tulsa Desperados and Corey Jones. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports. And for the fans, for Matt Wilson, Gerald Smith, Albert Begin, our commissioner and producer Cameron Irvine, and everyone here at the Simulation Football League and 11 Sports, I am Mike Daggs saying thank you for joining us, everybody, and have a great evening.